the set from your opponent has a greater chance of coming over the net. But with the net blowing away, maybe it doesn't have as much of a chance. So probably reminding the players to check on that, and also just to communicate. I think that there's a couple areas where the play isn't always perfect. You have to communicate more in those kind of situations and help your teammate out. Help them find a way to score a point.
See some light raking here. Want me to control the net. I mean, this is now the fourth set of matches on either court. Definitely has an effect on the sand the more you play.
Yeah, I think that it's been dry, so it's been good. The rain will always tend to hard pack the sand a little bit. The sand out here at Piper Park is a little bit firmer surface than at some other places. Sand courts. You take where the ABP plays, Hermosa Beach, Southern California, Manhattan Beach. That's deep sand, and so here it's especially when it's a little bit damp. It's almost like playing on grass. It's a pretty firm, pretty fast surface.
Hannah Rooks with the ball. She'll be serving. So we got a tight one so far. Of course, Hannah Rooks, she's wearing socks. All the other players here wearing barefoot. We'll try to talk that about in a moment as Rooks serves it over. A bump and over from Spolova. Nice dig by Hawaii. They get it over and return it to the USF end. Shigota sends it back over. Riggs a little touch shot, dug out by USF. Long rally here. And over the net. Back in the USF end. A block. So going to have a net violation?
Net violation by Hawaii.
So
tight ball for Anya, but we got Rooks in the net there.
So USF getting the benefit of the doubt. That was the longest rally we've seen so far.
That was a good one. Had some good scrappy play by both teams.
Both teams really fighting. You see these jousts at the net, especially in sand volleyball.
Yeah, it's because there's less, more room to cover. You got to get those plays at the net that fall right down over the other side.
As Shigota serves that one into the net, gives Hawaii the point and a 12-11 lead. As Carly Riggs will serve. Riggs from the corner, jumps, puts it over. Shigota, a little touch shot, finds the corner.
That was a great play, as you can tell, with the wind gusting up a little bit. It was a tough serve. Shigota handled it, and Kopalovic made a great low set. Something will keep the ball a little lower. You want to try and shrink the game when it's windier out here.
Kopalovic serves, 12-12. Riggs, a little touch shot, and finds the baseline.
It's a good poke.
So now 12. It's 13-12. Got a little in sync in the background. Players enjoying that. Little push shot. Meeting at the net. Up and over. Point USF on the deflection.
Again, great, like you said, Max, there's that joust again. Get those plays around the net. You want to be physical. You want to be play above the net, and sometimes you always want to touch it first. Sometimes you want to be the person to touch it second. Get the wipe like they did there.
Shigota off the net and in for the service ace. Don's going to break there.
It's a good serve into the wind. It's the 10 going to drop a little bit. You got to serve that ball a little harder, and it caught the tape, rolled over for a point.
So 14-13 USF. Serve now to the corner. So Riggs smashes it. Kopalovic unable to handle it.
Great talk there.
Evens it at 14, and we're going to have another side switch. Pretty much neck and neck so far.
Yeah, you find that the team on the good side, again, the team that is playing into the wind is getting the slight edge, the 4-3 edge on the 7 points before the switch, and we are tied at 14-0.
Riggs with the big serve overhand. Dug out and returned by Kopalovic. Just a little long. White picks up the point. They lead 15-14 here in the first set. This battle of the four squads, USF and Hawaii. Big serve. Little touch shot. Carly Riggs with a smash. Down the line for the winner. Good kill.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, nice play.
So Hawaii with back-to-back points, they take a 16-14 lead. Now noticing the hand signals by Rooks. What are the different finger signals if you've never seen a sand volleyball game?
What the person at the net is signaling is which direction they're going to be blocking each player. So usually the signal for line is one finger, and the signal to block the cross court is with 2 fingers.
So Riggs missing out of bounds on the last serve. It's a point to USF. So Rebecca Kaplovich will pick it up. Serve to the right side. Riggs at the net, a little touch shot, landing just on the line. Hawaii getting the point. USF not so sure on the far side of the referee tower, but Hawaii getting the benefit of the doubt. In a very highly ranked Hawaii team. Shigoda up the net, blocked by Hawaii, but into the zone, and out of bounds, point USF. Don's applying the pressure, forcing the unforced error from Hawaii.
Missed serve and a missed swing there by Hawaii, keeping it a little closer to this change.
Shigoda off the serve. Unable to handle the return from Carly Riggs, point Hawaii. And notice that Hannah Rooks is the only girl who's wearing socks. Is there a huge difference between wearing socks or going barefoot?
No, it's player preference. I think that most of the time you see players wearing sand socks to protect them from how hot the sand can get if it's really a hot day.
Carly Riggs, the righty with a big serve down the middle. A bump set, return by Kaplovich. Tipped by Hawaii and up and over for the USF point.
Great shot by Becky there.
See another side change here, 18-17.
Out here at Piper Park today, it's a little chilly, so you see some players wearing their sand socks, probably to keep their toes a little bit warmer. The sand, with especially as damp it is, can be a little cold.
Kaplovich with the serve. Again, you're watching us on the W.TV. USF and Hawaii sand volleyball as that serve sails out of bounds. Hawaii picks up the point. 19 serving 17 here in the first set.
The wind picking up just a little bit.
Yep, Hannah Rooks serving into the wind. Down the middle, dug out by USF. Shigoda with a little touch shot. Unable to get it over the net.
Yeah, that shot into the wind got hit just a little bit harder. It just hit the tape and fell back on USF's side.
So now Hawaii serving for the set. They lead 20-17. Rooks with the serve. And USF bumps it over the net. And returned out of bounds from Carly Riggs. Point USF. Sort of a desperation bump over the net by USF, but ended up working out.
Sometimes it works like that in this game.
Shigoda with the serve. Serves it short. Couple bumps by Hawaii, returned by Riggs. Into the corner, and Hawaii picks up the first set, 21-18.
Nice spot right there to win the game.
But a very competitive first set.
Yeah, I think that it's great to see both teams. It's some of the elements are kicking up a little bit, but you can see both teams fighting to maintain control. And again, for Hawaii, this is their second match of the day, and for USF, that's their first game. So we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Yao is going to make, and Coach Scott, see how they come out in the second set.
Now it seems like when a player is going up, they'll use their eyes or their heads to really create deception. As a player, can you get caught watching the eyes instead of the arm?
I think that most players, you can hear them communicate with each other. Hey, she'll look where she once hit the ball, and so they will try to pick up on little cues. It's almost like a poker game. If you can find what a player's tell is, then you can guess, at least get a better estimate of what kind of shot they're going to hit, where they're going to go on the court. So, it's a higher level to be able to pick those kind of things up. But the players are trying to get edges any way that they can, and if they can pick up on a player's tendencies, then certainly they have help from their coaches as well to try to find out what those are.
And again, so much is predicated on a reaction. Like, will you go up on the net and then maybe change what you were originally set to do just based on what you see and be able to react so quickly?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of this game, and this is where communication comes into a big part. With the sand game, there's so much more to have to absorb information-wise. What are the elements doing? Is the sun in your eyes? What are your opponents doing? And so, while you're focused, the most important thing to play here is still the ball. So you can be concerned about all these number of 8, 9, 10 other things, but if you don't focus on the ball, you're gonna have an issue with making the right kind of play. So your focus still has to be on the ball, and then you can have great chemistry, great help from your teammate to tell you, hey, where's the open shot? And really that's kind of the communication pattern out here on the sand game, is to tell your partner, where the defender is not. So it's not so important whether or not there's someone at the net blocking or not, but where is the opponent not? So if it's if the person's digging in the cross court, then you would say high line, because that's the open part of the court. And that's the most important information. You want to give direction. You want to give something to your teammate that they can execute.
That's right. I mean, it's 2-on-2, so there's always going to be a vacancy. It's just a matter of, can you find it and can you exploit it? As we are just about ready for the second set here, USF will serve first. Shikoda with the ball on the far side. Pair of bumps. Riggs sends it over and finds the corner. Point Hawaii. Good start for the Rainbow Warriors here in the second set. It's Riggs with the winner. She'll now get the ball to serve. Again, you see some changes in the second set as opposed to the first, as you get some advice from your coaches and maybe adjust a little bit? We'll get to that in a moment. A little touch shot from Sagoda, even at 1-1.
I think that you're going to find very interesting to see how this game goes. I think that USF will settle down a little bit now that they're their first game under their belt. Hawaii's going to try to maintain, do what they did before, and clean up a couple rough spots.
Klavich with the serve, short but over. Riggs with the smash. Point Hawaii. But I think you'll see fewer unforced errors in the second set as opposed to the first, usually.
I think that we could probably, that's a good guess. With the caliber of teams that are out here, you're going to hopefully see less unforced errors.
Brooks with the serve, returned by USF. A little touch shot. Shikoda getting the kill.
That was great execution by USF right there. You can see it was an aggressive shot, even though the ball wasn't hit hard. That was good communication by Becky, and Shigota had the nice, again, she wasn't facing that direction. She hit the shot to the open court.
2-2, Shikoda serves that one to the net. Point Hawaii. So Hawaii 3-2. Now they won the first set 21-18, so USF would have to win this set to prolong the match. So Riggs with the ball. Jump serve off the net and over. Good dig by USF to get it back over. Riggs going for the smash. She gets the kill.
Yeah, a little miscommunication by USF there. They have her blocking and digging on the same side there.
So Hawaii now takes a 4-2 advantage. Riggs will serve again. From the corner, going cross court. Pair of bumps by USF. A little touch shot just out of bounds from Rebecca Kablovich. Point Hawaii. So good idea, just got a little too much on that one.
Yeah, cutting across into the wind. Any shot that you make sideways is going to be magnified by the wind blowing into it. So it's just blew a little bit wide there.
We see the teams change sides. 5-2 Hawaii. They remain on serve. Let's go to a little push shot. Turned by Hawaii. Riggs finds a winner down the line.
Yeah, just smart shot right there. Again, with Anya blocking line. Just going high over the block into the corner for the winner.
So 3 straight points for Hawaii. They lead 6-2. Riggs. The serve down the middle. Pair of bumps by USF. Shigota sends it over. Drops it in for the winner.
Nice touch there by Shigota. Has great hand IQ. She's a lot she can do with the ball. She's experienced, and she showed great finesse right there.
So USF with the side out. They get the serve back. They trail 3-6 here in the second set.
Rooks has got those sand socks coming off right now.
Shigota serves. Second touch from Hawaii. little sneaky move by Riggs to get the point.
A tight ball, not much else you could do with that one. Just poked into the open court and went down for a winner.
So Hawaii back with the serve. They lead 7-3 here. Hannah Rooks serves it into the net. USF will get it right back on the side out.
Again, just a little error with the hand contact right there, and again, into the wind. It doesn't always go where you want to get. Be really deliberate when you're playing into the wind.
Skoplovich with the serve. Hawaii the pair of bumps. Riggs at the net, pushed over by Shkoda for the winner.
Yeah, this is the reason why, again, with passes that could blow, tight to the net, just sometimes just being there and prepared for that. Be there for the winner.
Back-to-back points for USF. Skoplovich serves it on the right side. Big cross-court shot, defended by USF. Up and over. Rooks sends it to the middle, defended. Good rally here. Skoplovich, little touch shot, defended by Hawaii. Riggs pushes it down and gets the point.
Good communication there. It's by Hawaii. Find the open court, deep corner.
Fun rally, both teams smiling. 8-5 Hawaii. Riggs has the serve on the deep right corner. Serves it into the net. Of course, if you're a volleyball player, you got to have a short memory, right?
You got to have short memory. Rally scoring, it's every point is scored for, and if you make a mistake, got to move on.
That's right. I mean, so many opportunities. You get to redeem yourself pretty much right away in beach volleyball, especially no substitutions. You're out there the whole match.
It's go, go, go. And I think that forces players to be a little bit more mentally sharp and got to get back on the horse, as they say. You fall off, it's okay. It happens, but they got to get back on.
USF tries to call their way back into the second set. They trail 8-6, but getting 4 of the last 7 points. Do you sort of look at the match in segments of 7?
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, the edge is a little bit different than the first set. We have
Riggs with the kill, by the way.
Both teams scoring the majority of the points, getting the edge, the 4-point edge, on the side with the win at their backs. It's a little bit unusual.
Yeah, playing against the win, getting the points. Hawaii with the serve. Shkoda off the net and over. Now in Hawaii's end. Kill shot by Hannah Rooks, who gets it off the net, landing in USF side for the point.
Great job there by Hawaii. Pulled into the cross court. Typically, I think Shigota felt like she was going to be blocking lines, so she went over to the block to the cross court, but as they pulled off, made a nice dig there and got the point.
So Rooks, after getting the kill, now with the ball in her hand, she'll be serving it for Hawaii. Hawaii leading 10-6 here in the second set. Thank you for joining us. W.TV. Shigota sends it deep, defended by Hawaii. Too hot to handle. Point USF.
There's a case right there where Rooks pulled deep into the line, but that's again the player who's making a swing to spike the ball is trying to drive the ball hard enough to make it uncontrollable.
USF with the serve. Shigota sends it over. Riggs at the net. Sends it down the line. Finds a kill. Good job by Hawaii there, down the middle.
Great swing by Hawaii.
You go down the middle and also get the far end. Really tough to defend. So Hawaii now leads 11-7 here. They won the first set 21-18. Played 2 out of 3 here in sand volleyball. Carly Riggs into the net. Does not go over. Point USF.
They've been serving well this whole match, though. That's, I think, one of the first errors I think we've seen her make.
Now, they haven't made many. It's Rebecca Skoplovich with the serve. That one's out of bounds. Back-to-back service faults here.
I think Skoplovich made an error the last time on that side, the same location. So hopefully she can make that kind of adjustment and find a way to keep it in the court.
Now, how much will you move side to side in deciding when to serve or where to serve?
It has a lot to do with the blocking signals and also the wind direction. So they're, of course, able to move anywhere along the net that they'd like to be.
Rooks with a lefty serve. Touch shot by Shigota. Hawaii trying to dig it out. Rooks is able to send it over. But just long. Point USF. So we'll have a timeout here. Hawaii leading 12-9 in the second set. Of course, they won the first set 21-18. Now, how much of volleyball is predicated on trying to establish a tempo and taking control versus just taking what the other team is giving you?
Well, I think that the team is always going to give you something that you just can't handle. And so taking that and turning it into something positive, tipping the scale into your favor, I guess, is kind of it's a little tug-of-war game. And, we're pushing and shoving and just trying to keep the other team just off balance enough so you can do the things that you're more comfortable with. So there's a lot of strategy here with serving, who you're going to serve to, the direction the serve comes in, and just to make life a little bit more comfortable for the other team and try to make them get unforced errors. I think that's kind of one of the things. I mean, you don't always have the ability to just pass set side out. So anytime that you can create some sort of adversity for the other team and just keep them off balance, it may not be outright winners, but you're playing this mental game against the other. The big mental component here as well.
And how much would you consciously try to change sides, change speed, direction, and just really sort of vary all your cadences and all of your the velocities coming off your shots?
Yeah, I think that a lot of times that depends on the coaches. The coaches will try to give some advice to the players as to what is their strategy, what is their game plan, and
So a coach will say you're being too predictable right now. You need to mix it up a little more.
Yeah, that certainly could be the case. Or hey, the team is defending you this way, so just to have them have an awareness that maybe they have to change what they want to do a little bit more.
So go on the serve, it's at the net, up the net, and lands in for Y. Good bounce there.
Just cut the line right there.
Yeah.
But Shigoda was right there. It was a good defensive play, I think, by USF, but Hawaii just a little bit better there.
That's right. Riggs up and over at the top of the net and just find the side. So Riggs now on the serve. Sends it across. Shigoda on the bump. Pavlovich sends it over. Point USF. Nicely done.
Returns a favor. Gets the line again there.
Of course, if you hit the line, that's good.
Correct. Bouncing the line, and sometimes out here on the stand it's a little bit difficult to tell, but that line tape will bounce, and if it does move at all, then that counts as a point.
13-10 Hawaii, USF on the serve. So we got a rally here, pair of bumps. Shigoda tries to push over on the right side, now go out of bounds. Some sort of, you saw a little hesitation there.
Yeah, I think that, again, predictability of where that ball needs to be. Koplovich needs to put that ball a little bit more predictable position for her. That's a little bit better set. But it's difficult to move in the sand. It's a lot softer, and when you start going in one direction where you think the ball is going to be and it's not where it's supposed to be, it's much more difficult to change directions.
Shigoda, though, in that last point, returning the favor. Nice little touch shot. Give the Dons a point.
Yeah, it's a little bit how they planned it the second time.
11 serving 14. Shigoda on the serve down the right side. That was well placed.
Great serve.
Shigoda will serve again. So again, same corner where she's serving from. See if she goes across now. No, similar spot. A little long.
A little long that time. Little too much pace.
So Hawaii leading 15-12. It's Carly Riggs back on serve. Side change on the next point. Shigoda trying to get it across the net, but falls short. Point Hawaii.
Good attempt there. It's a smart shot. It's the right idea. Just didn't go over.
That's right. Good idea, not necessarily execution, but you saw the hole there and you're just trying to send it across on a little short shot.
Correct. And again, I think that's a little bit of the inexperience. Only playing, again, one match for USF. These are things that they're going to learn and bring to practice and work on.
Of course, they play 2 today. So Hawaii on serve, 16-12. She got a little tip shot up and over. Dig by Hawaii, just out of bounds. Point USF.
Very close.
It's a good attempt there by Kylie Riggs.
Yeah. Hawaii checks the ball mark to see if it did indeed catch part of the line, but it did not.
Dons get the point. They trail 13-16 here in the second set. Need to win this one to keep this one going.
Still close. A lot of volleyball to be played here still.
Yeah, close first set too. Only lost 21-18. Serve across the court from Koplovich. Riggs at the net. Too hot to handle. Point Hawaii. That's a tough shot. I mean, you had Koplovich pretty much on her heels. Riggs pretty much in command of that one.
Yeah, good power there. Handled that tough serve. Again, that was a lot tougher serve than I think it looked like.
Rooks on the serve on the right side. Touch shot by Skoda, sends it over. The net, Hawaii getting the point. Little touch shot from Riggs.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations. You want to shoot the ball over the blocker, but you don't want to hit it high enough or short enough for them to be able to come back and play that ball. In that case, it's a little bit too easy for the blocker to turn around and make that play.
Hawaii up 18-13 here in the second set. Rooks on the serve. It's the lefty off the net, and she gets the ace. It's a fortunate bounce. Now 19-13 Hawaii. That one clears the net over on the USF side. Skoda sends it over. Looks a little push shot. Catches the line, and Hawaii gets the point.
Very nice pass by Shigota, but again, as a right-hander, as Kopulovic set that ball, it just sails over a right-hander's head. It's difficult to hit that ball with some power. You need to keep that ball a little bit closer to the middle of the net.
Hannah Rooks now serving for the match, up 20-13. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here. It's by USF.
Want to talk this over a little bit before they continue?
Oh, I mean, if you don't use it, you lose it, right?
That's correct.
So.
I think the strategy maybe would have been better to call the timeout a little bit sooner than game point, match point, but...
well, how many timeouts a game do you get per match?
That's a great question, Max.
I'll try to get you on that. We'll try to get you that answer between breaks, but looks like the first match is over as well. That one was between London Shao and Olivia Urban of Hawaii, and Bervinarski and Emily Reed of USF. Try to get a final for that one when we can. But in the meanwhile, we got the second set here between Rebecca Koplovich, Anya Shigota of USF, Hannah Rooks, and Carly Riggs as the Lions now serving for the match.
Each player gets one. Each team gets one timeout.
There you go.
Per game. And,
Riggs serves it. Shigota at the net and tipped over the net by Rooks. That'll end the game. Unless we got a net violation. No. Okay, she reached over. Sort of got too much of the net. So a little anxiousness by Rooks there. Keeps this match going. Keeps the Dons alive. Shigota on the serve. 14 serving 20. Short. Little tip shot by Koplovich. Sent over. That'll end it. Riggs. A little short shot for the win.
Yeah, well executed by Hawaii right there. Handled the tough serve. Hit the ball in the open court. That's the match one.
So Hawaii taking this battle to fours, 21-18 and 21-15. Still trying to get a final. The other match, but Hawaii's look good. They won 5 straight against UCLA this morning. Pick up the opener here on court 1.
A lot of sand experience for Hawaii out here. Quite a few of their players are, unlike a lot of programs in this new NCAA sport, Hawaii does have sand-only players, in contrast to USF, where the indoor players are playing sand as well. It's an advantage. Anytime you can play more, practice more, more experiences, you're going to have an advantage.
Absolutely, and this is the second year of sand volleyball in the NCAA?
Third year.
All right.
Second year for USF.
Got it.
And, but the learning curve is steep, and it's been fantastic to see just the growth of players as they play. It's very similar to the indoor game, but there's again different strategies, different surface, different elements, and so there's a lot to consider when you're just going out there.
Well, again, different games, but certainly, as you mentioned, players from both teams populating either one. And from a recruiting standpoint, just ability to offer prospective student athletes the ability to play in the fall and now the spring. Quite an advantage.
I think so, and there's a lot of younger players out there growing up in the junior club scene who are interested in playing sand. The Olympics have done a fabulous job exposing sand volleyball to the world, and you find that people again internationally who have an interest in playing sand volleyball, and again to be able to afford an opportunity to come out here and to compete at such a high level like this. Again, we want to thank so much Hawaii and UCLA for taking the time to come up here and making this a great event for us.
That's right. So, I mean, obviously different skill sets in the two games, but lots of overlap and really great opportunity for these athletes to, for one thing, stay in shape, but also really just be able to compete in the spring.
It's an interesting thing to just watch them. Even just conditioning in the sand is far more difficult, I think, than conditioning indoors. But just the change of scenery and being outside can do a lot for the psyche, just to be a little bit more refreshed and have a different perspective and to get better and have a lot of fun doing it.
So we have 15 minutes in between each match. The players, as you can see, warming up on either court. Now, on our main court, this will be the threes. And I guess there'll be an exhibition on the other court.
Correct.
Explain us how that works.
Well, every sand team has 5 pairs that will compete, and but with that, there's a need for an alternate pair to train and to provide relief if there's an injury, and so it's a nice way if the team does travel an exhibition pair to let them have some competition as well. It won't count for the overall record, but it does give 4 other players a chance to compete and to find out the things they need to work on, and I think it's great that we have a chance to have our exhibition pairs play as well.
And that's right. I mean, a lot of other sports, if you're not playing, you're just sitting on the bench and you're not really gaining any kind of experience. But here in sand volleyball, at least with the exhibition match, you do get to help accelerate that learning curve.
That's correct, and there's no substitute for actually being out there on the sand, playing against a different opponent. Even being on the sand and scrimmaging against your own teammates provides you with a certain level of competition, but it's far different. Again, you pull out the competitive environment like this, and just being mentally ready for that. It's hard to do it unless you actually do it.
So we'll have the threes here on court 1. We'll have the exhibition game here on court 2. And they'll be followed by the 1s here on court 1 and the 2s on court 2. Sort of works out nicely in that sense. But 15 minutes in between each match. And it's divided between time that you can spend with your coaches and then time that you're left alone.
Correct. It's a different type of warm-up procedure out here, but again, you find that it's good for them to be working with each other. How they warm up each other, being responsible for each other, it's part about being a good teammate. So that's something the sand game really helps provide these players out here.
Is it fair to say that sand may be a little bit more of a player's game? Just in the sense that the coaches don't have as much control in game. You can't substitute. You can't really coach in the same way.
Yeah, I think that the changes and adjustments are made. I'd say the majority of how successful a sand team is done in practice, and you find that with great practice planning and drills and the right kind of adjustments that are made in the practice environment. Now the players are a little bit more self-sufficient when the game begins. It is an adjustment again as this sport has been introduced into the wise the ability to pace the sidelines and to talk in the middle of plays is not allowed here in sand volleyball. So all that training, all that conditioning needs to be done, in the days leading up to competition. There are some moments again, and you want to prep your athletes to be ready to hear the adjustments that you are making in the changeovers and in the timeouts. When you're allowed to do some coaching.
But even the timeouts are initiated by the players as opposed to the coaches, right?
Correct. You're allowed to advise your team that they have a timeout, but you're not allowed to call it. So a lot of times you'll say, "Hey, you guys have one timeout left. you can use it anytime you want. I don't know how different that is than just telling them they should call a timeout. But again, it is up to the players themselves to make that decision, final decision, to call timeout or not to call timeout.
And of course, you get breaks between sets, and you get breaks every 21 points. So that, I guess, becomes a variable as to when you want to use your timeout, just to space them accordingly.
Sure. And momentum breakers. A lot of players, again, it's new for them. Indoor games, if they come specifically from the indoor game, they're quite used to. They've been conditioned to have coaches take care of a lot of that for them. So, it's to take down that responsibility, to know how momentum is working either for them or against them. Then it becomes their decision to make. So it's something that's again part of the learning curve for players as they become new SAM players.
If you're just joining us, my name is Max Harris. I'm joined with Ken Coe. You are watching this live on the W.TV. This is the first ever San Francisco Invitational Sand Volleyball Tournament. You'll see USF, UCLA, and Hawaii. Right now we got the second set of matches on the day, USF and Hawaii. Hawaii victorious 5-0 over UCLA and taking care of business in the first string of the second set of matches here. Now we have the number 3 squads here on court 1. What can you tell us about the USF pairing?
USF pairing is by Katarina Pilipic, player out of Croatia, and Courtney Sabahi, left-hander from right here in San Francisco. So local kid and international kid making our pairing here.
And they'll be taking on Ali Longo, Ginger Long of Hawaii. Of course, they were victorious over UCLA this morning, and on the other court we'll have an exhibition match. Who will be going for your USF in that one?
Looks like that the exhibition pair for USF is going to be Jessica Keenan from Southern California and Kiara McKibben, player from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Again, so a busy afternoon here at Piper Park in Larkspur, California. Sun not really a factor, but the wind sure is.
Yeah, we're actually pretty fortunate. We thought we might have some rain, but it stayed pretty dry. But it's always a bag of surprises. We had a little cloud cover come in, but the wind is gusty at times, so players are going to have to get used to that.
And of course, the biggest difference, other than the 2-on-2 versus 6-on-6 from sand to indoor, is the elements.
It's a gym that's always changing. I think that's one of those things. The wind, the sun, the sand surface. It's a lot of variables all the time. So it's good for players, I think, to play in lots of different circumstances. Everyone plays under the same conditions, so there's nothing to really blame.
Right, it's same for both teams, right?
That's correct.
But how do you prepare yourself in practice, given the fact that you never really know what kind of conditions you're going to encounter?
Well, one of the things that teams do that are smart, they'll actually do the same drills, but after they do drills for a series of times, they'll change sides. So whereas indoors it really doesn't make that much of a difference, outdoors it does. So you'll do the same drills with the wind blowing in your face, and then you'll do the same drills with the wind blowing at your back. Or if there's a crosswind, you'll have the wind blowing from left to right on one side, and then you'll switch and make sure that you do that the same with the wind blowing right to left. So there's a lot of your ability to experience what those conditions are like at any given time is invaluable when you come out and you will actually see those experience those conditions on a match day like today.
Right, and that's probably why match experience is so important in a sport like sand volleyball. I mean, not that it's not important in indoor, but you can't replicate the conditions in practice, so there really is no substitute for a match.
No, there really isn't. And again, you can practice the whole week with gale force winds and be ready to set balls and play little ball, as they would say, but then it could be match day, it could be sunny with no wind. So it's just a matter of just making sure that as a player you're taking these experiences that you have in practice and putting them into your memory bank.
And of course, finish. You can finish that thought.
Because you never know when you're going to want to draw from those experiences for a different match. I mean, the experience that you have with the windy circumstances in practice for 1 week, you may not have winning conditions for a month, and then it's important that you remember that, because the practices after that may all be sunny and dry and calm winds. So it's important for players to remember that and pay attention to details when they are in practice.
But hard to imagine if you're practicing in San Francisco that you'd go a month without wind.
That's one of the fortunate things about practicing here, is that we have a lot of different conditions that we have to experience. And we just had practice 2 weeks ago, and it was high 70s and sunny, and thought that we were in Southern California. So we do have the elements, and we consider that as a strength for us.
Just joining us, we're awaiting our second set of matches in this best-of-5 contest between USF and Hawaii. Now, all 5 matches will be played regardless of what the score is, just because that makes a difference, right? I mean, there's a difference between winning 5-0 and 3-2.
There is, and I think that more, again, for the team win, you want to have the majority of matches won on your side.
Of course.
But as pairs move on and as they compete throughout the season, everyone's trying to qualify for the championships, which will be in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And so the pairings of and your own personal team record is very important here as well. So there's no conceding a match. If it's like a 4-0, it's just say, well, we'll just forfeit the last one because there's no way of winning. Every match is important, I think, again, for their experiences and for their level of competition. It's good for each pair to give it their best.
That's right, and of course you can qualify as a larger full team, or you can qualify just as an individual pairing.
Correct.
So every game valuable, every game counting towards the standings, regardless of the larger score, which is, I think, really unique in volleyball, at least in sand volleyball.
Yeah, it's again, it's a new system. It's a new sport, so there's lots to even the rules of which teams play in which pairing. There's always concern about sandbagging and say, well, if we want to win the match, then we have our number 1 team play the fifth seed team, and make flip-flops like that. So there's been some rules put in place to make sure that there aren't drastic changes in the order of your pairings. I think that between any given competition week to week, teams are not allowed to move more than one position up or down. So there should be movement. I mean, again, for us to be able to compete and to train and practice, one day our one pair beats another pair. I mean, it just depends from practice to practice even, and to give teams chance to get better and to make better improvements. Even within a team is important to have some sort of concession for them to move up or down. So that's in place, but you do want to keep some kind of integrity there, so that when you're playing against other schools, it's you can anticipate fairly closely which pairs are going to be playing against which pairs.
Right, and that helps establish some balance.
Some balance, and again, some scouting, with some video scouting, with just some notes about how a certain pair will play will be very different than how another pair will play.
So we're just about ready for play here. We got a battle of the threes for Hawaii. Ali Longo taking on Ginger Long. For USF, Katarina Pilipic against Courtney Sabahi. Hope I said that correctly.
Courtney Sabahi.
Sabahi and
Katarina Pilipic.
Pilipic. All right, there you have it. As Pilipic has the ball, looks like she'll serve first here. Still looking for a score in the other match, but we'll try to get to that when we have it. Pilipic misses long to start. Point Hawaii.
A little strong serve with the wind at her back, just sailed a little bit long.
Right, and again, as we talked about in the first match, that's the adjustment you make as the match goes on.
Yeah, or even during warm-ups, it should be something that you're going to, have anticipation of. That's what the warm-ups is for, to get used to the size, get used to the environment.
2-0 Hawaii as Ali Longo's serve, unable to be returned by USF. Longo serves again. See a set. Pilipic sends it over. And a good rally here as Ginger Long pokes it over and gets the point on the push.
We have both Long and Longo, both juniors, and Pilipich is a freshman, and Courtney Sabai is a sophomore. So you have some inexperience here, not only with the sand game, but also just in terms of their collegiate competition experience.
Long on the serve, she misses that one long, so USF on the board. They trail 1 serving 3 here. This action is just underway. See Courtney Sabai serving for the first time. The lefty sends it across court. Back in the Hawaii end. And a point down the middle. Nice shot by Ginger Long.
You see a lot of effort here on the USF side, but again, just need to settle down a little bit and make the smart play, make the good play.
Ginger Long with the ball. She'll be serving here. Push serve. USF deep in their end. Shot over. And it looks like we have a violation here.
4 contacts by Hawaii.
Got it. Only have 3.
Only hit 3.
So point USF. They trail 2-4. Pilipich with a serve. Longo sends it over. Turned by Sabahi on a touch shot over the net, and it drops. Point USF.
Again, at that play, you can see it's tight to the net. Players are allowed to contact that ball, but their hand must be closed if they aren't actually taking a swing at it. So you can see Courtney Sabahi had her fingers closed into a fist and poked it over with her knuckles. That's legal.
Got it. But you can't actually open your hand.
They cannot make open hand contact with the ball on an off-speed shot.
So we'll switch sides for the first time here. Pilipich with the ball. And Ali Longo cannot return it. Point USF.
Again, that's a tough serve by Pilipich. Again, into the wind, stays in the court, tough to handle.
She'll serve it over again, this time shorter. So White digs it out, sends it back on USF's end. Pilipich at the net, little short shot. Great dig by Hawaii to send it back over. Pilipich meeting at the net. Little joust won by Hawaii. Another good block from Ginger Long. Now back in Hawaii's end. Longo at the net. Hawaii sends it over.
So in those cases, I think the set just was trying to set up their opponent, set up their partner, and it just blew over, and it counts as a kill.
That's right. Fortunate, just off the bump, and I think that's an issue, or rather an example of the wind really coming into play.
Yeah, absolutely.
5-4 Hawaii. Ginger Long serving down the middle. Service ace.
Got the back line right there. Just enough power.
I mean, obviously a fine line between an ace and an error, but a great serve there.
Fantastic, and right in the middle of them, forcing the teams to have to communicate.
Line go down the middle again. USF able to handle this one. There's a kill attempt by Pilipich. A little touch shot. Good for the point for Ali Longo.
Yeah, it's a good handle for him. A very, very powerful hit by Katarina, and able to just brush it off of the sand. Players will have 12 seconds in between the play.
Good to know. Hawaii up 7-4. Longo serve that one over. Pilipich with the smash. Too hot to handle for Hawaii.
That was a big swing. Very nice set by Sabahi there.
Teed that one up perfectly. It's USF back on the board. Day trail 7-5. Sabahi serving off the net and over for the ace.
There's those tricky let serves. Got to be careful about let serves a lot more on this side. Ball's going to drop a lot more into the wind.
Back to back as that one goes long. So a let serve that drops for an ace, and then a long serve puts the ball back for Hawaii. And of course, we'll have another side switch as we switch every 7 points.
See, that's 8-6 Hawaii right now?
Yes, it is. After Sabahi missed long on her last serve. Sabahi. Miscommunication by the Dons there on that ace.
Yeah, great serve. Great serve right there by Long.
Yep.
And you see Hawaii using The jump serve, it's a little bit more specialized skill to be able to toss a ball, jump out of the sand, but it provides a little bit higher contact point and more spin on the ball.
Long serving again, and there's that spin of the Dons not really knowing where the ball's going. Big kill there from Pilipich. Dons back on the board.
Very nice play by USF right there. Pass, good set, and a great swing by Pilipich for the kill.
Dons trail 7, serving 9 here in the first set. Battle of the threes. Pilipich on the serve. Serves it straight. Long go with the net. Up and over. The back and in.
Back corner there for Hawaii. Great communication. Again, pointing out where the back defender is not and finding the open court.
Longo now serving. Great serve in that back corner on the other end. USF is unable to return it. 11-7 Hawaii.
I always say it is a serving and passing game. It's very true. Got to be able to keep the ball in and put pressure on your opponent and be able to handle the reception well.
Longo serving again. Back bump for USF. Nover. Back in Hawaii's end. Ginger Long at the net. Gets it up and gets it down.
As a defender, one of the things you have to evaluate is the set good enough to hit? Is the player big enough to hit it? And do you stay back? Do you go up and block? Lots of decisions to make.
Absolutely. Whistle here. That's on the other end. My apologies. Nice rally here. He's got Pilipich at the end.
Oh, it's a fantastic choice by Pilipich there. It's a great set by Sabahi. She had the option to bang away, but with both defenders back, the smart choice there was to hit the roll shot for the point.
Again, painting the corner and also just taking what the defense has given them.
Correct.
Sabahi serving. Lefty goes cross court. Back in Hawaii's end. And at the net, nice kill from Ali Longo.
Smart shot there. Great placement. In the corner, that's usually where the defender's not standing. And again, that's a good place to put the ball. Whether you defend, most balls are going to land in the middle third of the court. So one of the tactics in training is to really learn how to get the ball into the front third of the court, closest to the net, or the back third of the court along the end line. It makes it much more difficult for players to handle those kind of balls.
So now we'll have our first mandatory timeout of the game. Is every 21 points, teams get an opportunity to have a drink, regroup, get some coaching.
Yeah, you see both coaching staffs talking about the nuances of the game, helping them to, sometimes it's, we guess that probably for USF, giving them a little bit of encouragement, the things that they're doing well. As they settle down a little bit, start having some good points and feeling good about what they're doing, and maybe what they can do to limit the number of unforced errors that they have. Again, experience is key. So being out here and being in the elements, there's certain things that you haven't fully developed the sequence of things you might have as a mental checklist. You're still in the development process of that. And so to serve a ball when the wind's at your back and set it long, you think to yourself after you've done it, oh, maybe I shouldn't have hit it so hard because of the wind. So again, these are all things that SAM players are learning to adjust to.
Ready for action as Ginger Long serves it. Shot down the middle. USF back in Hawaii's end. Longo cross court right at Sabahi and good for the point.
Big swing, high, deep. Again, those are the really difficult balls to handle.
She timed it very nicely as Hawaii gets the point. Longo serving again. Sorry, Ginger Long, my apologies. USF returning the favor.
That's a good swing by Pilipich there. Now, it is legal for you to, unlike the indoor game, you're allowed to double any first contact in the indoor game. Out here in sand, a double on a first contact is only allowed on a hard-driven ball. So, it's one of those things that it's, again, a split-second decision that you have to make in order to have a legal play on the ball.
So Hawaii misses Long on that one. Little too much from Ginger Long. Puts the ball back on USF's end. They trail 10-14 here in the first set. Pilipich on the serve. Longo at the net. Gets it up and over in USF's end on a back bump. Now Ginger Long at the net. Rejected by Pilipich. Good for the USF point.
Great 2 touches on the block there by Pilipich. The first one went through her hands, counts as a touch. So with the touch by Sabahi, she told Pilipich clearly, over. She put it over.
Pilipich on the serve. Well, second touch shot. It's Ginger Long catching the Dons off guard on that one. Just that sort of second touch sneak shot.
They call that the option. Do I set it or do I attack it? And if the player's not ready for it, get you.
Good serve by Longo. She finds the corner. Pilipich unable to return it. Point Hawaii. As they lead here in the first set, 16-11. Ali Longo with the ball. Right hand serve. Pilipich at the net. Good kill cross court.
Fantastic swing there, and did a great job handling the pass. Serving on that side is difficult. The ball's going to come a lot flatter. It's going to come a little bit deeper than you anticipate because the wind is aiding the ball. But Pilipich handled the pass nicely and made a great swing there for a point.
Side switch here is now 12, serving 16. Dons with the ball. One thing I'm seeing as the match is going on, the timing at the net has gone a lot better.
Yeah, they're getting feel for what the sand is doing, and they can begin to anticipate the plays a little bit better.
Sabahi served, and a little touch shot by Longo. Good for the kill.
Smart. Again, it's hitting the ball into the open court where the defender's not. Sabahi was deep in the cross court, and she just made a nice little cut shot to the short cross court.
Hawaii with a 17-12 edge. Ginger Long, big serve. Pilipich at the net, little touch shot. That works.
Yeah, good talking there, and again, it was giving, taking what your opponent gives you, defender gives you. And so the block was up, and she found the open court, done something again.
And again, after executing a really big kill, then that sort of opens up that short shot.
And brings up a blocker as well. So yeah, the big swing gives them a reason to come up to the net and block.
See a good point there from Ali Longo up over the arms of Pilipich for the Hawaii point. They lead 18-13. Longo with the serve. Pilipich at the net, off the net, and getting a ruling. Looks like we're going to have the official now point in favor of USF.
Got the line there. Good swing.
Again, if you're just joining us on the W.TV, you've got a battle of threes here, USF and Hawaii. Ginger Long at the net, over the arms of Katarina Pilipich for the Hawaii point.
Again, you can see Pilipich at the net. Big force blocking, has huge hands, but easy to find the open court if you have good communication on your side.
Ginger Long with the serve, graces the net and goes over. Pilipich now at the net, pushes it over. Off the net, too hot to handle. Ginger Long getting all that one. Now we got set point for Hawaii. They lead 20-14 here in the first set. Ginger Long serving it up. Deep serve. Sabahi, short shot. Dug out by Hawaii. Back in USF's end. Good rally here. And the kill shot to win the set. Ginger Long.
Now, that was heads-up play. The ball was coming over. Tough to handle. Put it up high enough and hittable. I think that's was a great way for Hawaii to take advantage of that broken play right there and score the point to win the set.
So Hawaii takes the first set, 21-14. Again, this is a battle of threes. Ali Longo and Ginger Long for Hawaii. Courtney Sabahi and Katarina Pilipich for USF. What do you think we're going to see different in the second set here?
I think they're going to see some Sabahi and Pilipich. Again, they've had the game. Sure, it was a little bit lopsided, 21-14, but again, it's experience, and experience is invaluable. So, some of the things that they have the enthusiasm to do, there's some strategy that they can implement there on the tight balls where you can go up and be a big block. And one of the strategies that would be nice for USF to use is to look like they're going to block and then to pull off and play defense quickly. And And when they see the big block, sometimes they'll hit the roll shot. But if you pull properly into the open court, then they roll shot the ball right to you, and you can make an easy play there. So, again, they want to create a situation that Hawaii is not so, can predict what USF is going to do. And if they can get them to think a little bit, make some plays happen to their advantage, we're going to see this game get a little closer.
Of course, the first set 21-14, but is it fair to say that the set was maybe closer than the score would indicate?
I think so. I mean, both teams are playing very, very well, but you can certainly see the experience of the number 3 Hawaii pair. It's taking advantage of those less than perfect situations, and I think that Hawaii has the edge there. They're finding ways to score points there, and all it takes is a couple here per change, and you get to 21 a lot faster.
A big gust in between sets here at Piper Park. Wind's really starting to pick up.
Yeah, it's coming in there pretty hard. So we'll have the players have, again, their own games, their opponents, and the elements of battle here. So we'll see. We'll see. It takes a lot, and I guess that, for young players, it can be discouraging. No one likes to lose, but to build on what they've done well. That's what the coaches are probably talking to them right now about, and keep being aggressive. Got to be aggressive in these situations.
Ginger Long and Allie Long go back on the court for Hawaii. We're awaiting USF's return as well. Second set action coming up here at Piper Park, Larkspur, California. We thank you so much for joining us today, as this is the first ever San Francisco Invitational One event.
Oh, it's fantastic. I think that the turnout's nice, even with the weather the way it is. I mean, people are out here having a good time, watching some great volleyball, and this is a fantastic park. It's got some all the elements you can see on video here. Some trees, picnic areas, and we're just really thankful that such quality opponents such as Hawaii and UCLA have joined us for today.
That's right, Mount Tam just to our left here, so a very scenic site for sand volleyball. Don's got it going with the serve. Deep serve by Pilipich. And a push shot deep from Longo. USF trying to get it back in. Third touch on a bump. Now back in Hawaii's end. Longo at the net. Up and over. Point Hawaii.
That tight ball there. Again with the wind blowing closer to the net. Handled very, very well there, and point for Hawaii.
Longo on the serve, but we got a ball on the court. Of course, we got side-by-side courts here, so we'll replay the serve.
Safety first.
And last thing you want is somebody else tripping on a stray ball.
Yep.
So Longo serving again. Puts it deep. Pilipich at the net. Off the net. And over. Point USF.
Yeah, well, this one of those plays you see tennis players always apologizing for, but out here in volleyball, it's part of the game.
That's right, especially against the wind. Sabai on the serve. Pilipich meeting at the net. Getting out jousted by Ginger Long. Let's get back and forth rally here. Third touch coming for USF. A little short shot by Pilipich. And a big kill attempt. USF unable to handle it. Ginger Long getting the kill.
Oh, great swing by Long. Again, she anticipated the roll shot perfectly. Again, one of the situations she dropped off, did not block, and was right there to make the great play.
On the serve. Puts it cross court deep. USF returns it on a touch. Long little poke shot. Paints the corner.
Yeah, again, it's good communication here, and while it's kind of windy, I can't really hear them communicating. They're experienced, and they're used to each other, and got the open play.
Wind picking up is Long on the serve. Over in USF's end. Big kill attempt, and Pilipich puts it right into the net.
You're starting to see a little frustration set in here. Hopefully, just for that 1 point. Again, we talked about earlier about players having a short memory. You got to just brush the sand off and say, okay, it's 1 point. Let's get ready to get the next one.
That's right. Short memory is an asset in sand volleyball. Ginger Long on the serve. Right at Pilipich. The short shot in that one not clearing as well. So again, more frustration. Change sides, not quite. It's every 7 points. We're at 6, so 5-1 Hawaii. Got a little ahead of myself.
I think the players did too.
Ginger Long Short serve. Spy at the net. She smashes that one into the net. So 3 straight unforced errors by USF. I know you have the side switch and a bit of a break, but maybe do you consider using timeout here?
If you're USF, you got to regroup here. I mean, the change of sides is a good change of scenery, but still got to play the game. Still have to keep a positive outlook on what you're doing out there.
Ginger Long serves and rejects the shot from Pilipich. Ball now in Hawaii's end. Ali Longo painting the line.
That was a good choice there by Pilipich to pull. Just too good of a shot. Too good of a shot. Cut the back line.
Right, great shot, and again, an inch away from being long. So I gets the point. They're up 7-1. Good serve from Ginger Long. Spy, little touch shot from the net. Kill attempt, too hot to handle. Point for Ginger Long and Hawaii.
You can see the difference between Hawaii and USF right now. Hawaii's kind of in rhythm. It's a good chance, a good choice to make a timeout right here. They go to the respective corners. But you know, again, body position is really important here, and controlling the ball in the wind is always a challenge. But when it is there, got to work really hard to get your body to the ball and to be able to have control and to make the shots that you want to make. Execution is key out here. And again, you can make great decisions, but execution is critical here, and Hawaii's doing a little bit better job of it right now.
Absolutely. Hawaii taking the opening set 21-14 and exploding to an 8-1 lead here in the second set. Of course, USF would have to win this set to prolong the match, and USF calling timeout really just to stop the bleeding here.
Yeah, just a moment to chat and just get back into what they do well. Again, it's after a few unforced errors, it's the only thing in your mind that you can remember, and when it starts creating more unforced errors, then yeah, it's a great time to take a timeout and get back going here.
Wind gusting west to east, and we got a west to east court, so one side wind at their back, one side wind in front of them. Now it does change every 7 points, but still having to recalibrate every 7 points and adjust to the wind.
Yeah, it's one of the things that players do is they kick a little sand up in the air and remind themselves which way is it blowing. If you have a hard time telling, it can swirl at times, but here it is pretty predictable, and it will gust harder, but it's going pretty much in the same direction.
Ginger Long back on serve. Pilipich at the net, sends it deep. USF with the point.
We could give that a great timeout because then come back and get the very next point. That was a good choice there.
See USF a lot more composed.
Got a chance to get a breather, refresh, get back out there and get going.
Pilipich on the serve. Longo at the net, up and over Pilipich for the Hawaii point. And again, you talked about execution. There it is right there.
Yeah, it's a big block by Pilipich. I think that Hawaii's done a good job. Okay, you can be a big block, but there's still a lot of open court. Where is it? And then finding it.
Pilipich at the net, good shot. Hawaii digs it out. Ali Long, the dig, coming back up and finishing with the kill.
Fantastic shot. Again, with 2 players in the back, the best shot a lot of times is just to go hard in the middle and make them make a decision. There it falls down for a point.
Ali Longo on serve. Pilipich at the net, hard kill, just long.
Just missed.
Again, sand volleyball, game of inches. So Hawaii leads 11-2 here in the second set. Ali Longo serving. Pilipich not able to handle that one. 12-2 Hawaii.
You know, it's one side here with the wind in your face. You can be more aggressive. You can hit the ball harder with the top spin into the wind. You can hit the ball a lot harder than you can if you are the wind to your back. So hopefully we can.
Another good serve by Longo. Pilipich at the net, up and over cross court for the winner.
Good smart play right there. Block was up, found the open court.
Pilipich just taking what was given to her, really.
And not easy. The ball was kind of drifting overhead a little bit. The wind carried that set a little bit farther than I think Sabaya planned.
Spy lefty on the serve. Long go with the net. Partial block by Pilipic, but the point does go to Hawaii.
Good touch, but just a little bit too much power by Long right there. Good swing, good pace. Got the score off the block.
Hawaii up here 13-3 in the second set. Ginger Long on the serve. Sending it deep. Pilipic at the net, off the net, and good for a USF point.
You could see Long right there serving, and Longo was actually giving a call for what Long was going to go to the net and block. So good communication by Hawaii right there, but good swing by Pilipic.
Execution best in communication on that one. Pilipic on the serve. Longo, good cross-court winner. Just at the net, finds the back corner for the Hawaii point.
I say the back corners are always open.
Especially if you can find them. Longo, serving down the middle. So that one sails wide, point USF. And again, that wasn't even a very hard hit ball, it just caught the wind.
It's difficult to be aggressive with the wind at your back because the ball is just going to carry it a little bit more, even if you just touch it a little bit.
Spy missing wide, a cross-court serve attempt, so going right back to Hawaii. They lead 15-5 here in the second set, and won the first set. Short serve by Long. Spy at the net, little touch shot, dug out by Longo. Sends it across, and Long, point USF. Looks like we got a timeout here. Of course, the mandatory timeout of 21 points in the set, as it is 15-6 Hawaii.
That's good change for USF right there, though. Got 4 points in the 3. Again, that's you like to see. You score more points on the side when the wind's coming in your face, and sometimes it's a 4-3 edge, sometimes it's a 5-2 edge, or even a 6-1 edge if you can get it. But again, with a good opponent, you just want to try to get that because it's always tougher to score points on the other side.
Absolutely, and has some exhibition on the other court as well. Try to get a scoring update. We don't have a score yet. Do we have one from the Battle of the Fives from the first game? I don't know if we have that yet.
I don't think we've seen a score for that yet.
All right, well, we will try to find that one for you if we can. Meanwhile, this is the second set of matches here in the second series of the day. And after this one, we'll have the 1s and the 2s square off for you as USF takes on Hawaii right now. And then at about 3 o'clock, USF will face UCLA. Hawaii's look pretty sharp. They beat UCLA 5-0 this morning.
Got some people looking for the score for us right now from the other match.
Appreciate it, Ken. We'll try to get to that to you as soon as we have it, as this is the first ever San Francisco Invitational. Of course, San Volleyball traveling so much, now an opportunity just to host, which is great for Dons, and it's great for the WCC, as we know you're watching on the W.TV. Action returns. Long go at the net. Turn, a little touch shot by Spy, rejected. Pilipic misses Long, point Hawaii. So Hawaii gets the serve back. They lead 16-6 here in the second set, trying to close it out. Howie Longo on the serve. Pilipic on the return. Ginger Long out the net, a little touch shot. Second touch and over. Point USF. Good kill from Katarina Pilipic. Dons try to crawl their way back into this one. Continue to trail. 7 serving 16 here in the second set. Dropped the first set 21-14. It's Courtney Sabahi. Takes it in, as you said, Ken, using the dirt to try to gauge the wind, but misses Long on the serve.
Again, a little too strong with the wind at her back. We have a score update from the number 5 pairings of Urban Chow versus Vinarski-Reed. 21-8, 21-15 for Hawaii.
So Hawaii's winners in the 4 and 5 game here against USF. Get a point there. So they lead this series 2-0. They're in good shape here in the battle of the threes as they won the first set and lead the second set 18-7. Comes Ginger Long, will jump serve. Dug out by Pilipich. And short a push shot, dug out by Hawaii. Longo misses far.
Close.
Trying to split the middle.
Close, good choice.
Yep, good idea, just a little long.
Just a little long.
Keeps the Dons in the match. It's Pilipich on the serve. Flat and deep. Longo at the net. Sends it back into USF's end. Sabahi, little touch shot. Front. Comes out with Longo. Good dig from Pilipich, sending it all the way back into Hawaii's end. Obviously Ginger Long trying to work the corner. Sent back by USF. Longo at the net. Up and over. Looks like we got a, is that a net violation?
Net violation by Pilipich there. Got a little over eager on the block there.
Hawaii now leading 19-8. It's Longo serving. Puts it down the middle. Seeing the wind being an issue. A little spin on that one. Pilipich rejected at the net by Ginger Long.
And a switch here.
Timing incredible by Ginger Long on that one.
Right now, USF's just a little bit too predictable. It's kind of a, got themselves backed into a little bit of a corner here, and it's they got to maintain what their game is.
Well, Hawaii serving for the match. Sabahi sending it back into Hawaii zone. Ginger Long with the kill attempt, too hot to handle, and Hawaii will take the match.
Strong play by Hawaii there, very, very strong.
So Hawaii, after winning 5 straight against UCLA this morning, now up 3-0 over USF in this 5-match series. We'll have a 15-minute break in between matches as the exhibition match continues over on court 2. We'll try to get an update for you on that one. But a good effort by Pilipich and Sabahi in this one.
Yeah, again, it's disappointing to lose, but there's a lot to gain, and they're playing against a great opponent, and the conditions out here aren't the easiest also. So there's a lot to absorb if a player can keep their presence about them. It's a great learning experience for themselves.
And again, if you are just joining us, we thank you so much for watching on the W.TV or USFDons.com. I'm Max Harris doing play-by-play. Got Ken Coe joining me in color. This is the first ever San Francisco Invitational coming to you from Piper Park in Larkspur, California, just north of downtown San Francisco.
Wind's picking up a little bit, Max. Getting a little chilly here. Hopefully the players can stay warm, and maybe we can get some sun out here. I'm not too sure.
Be nice. But a lot of volleyball left. Again, a couple more matches here between USF and Hawaii, and then 5 more, plus an exhibition as USF, the host team of the San Francisco Invitational, will take on UCLA. Don's drawing in some really good opponents for this event.
It's a fantastic opportunity to have Hawaii travel all the way over for us, and UCLA to come up the coast, and they've had some great experiences, some great coaching, and again, for us, it's a valuable experience for us to be able to play against such great opponents.
Again, as we see the teams warming up, so we'll have the battle of the ones here over on court 1. The twos will do their thing on the adjacent court. What can you tell us about this number 1 pairing for USF?
The number 1 pairing here, we have Valentina Zerlojnik from Slovenia. She's in her junior year, and Sarah Stangla from Stuttgart, Germany. She's a sophomore. They were their number 1 pairing last year for USF. Again, I think good combination of ball control. Again, at 6'4", Valentina has unusual ball control ability for a tall player. She's not just a hitter or a blocker. She has a very, very good serve. One of the top serves in the West Coast Conference indoors. all-conference middle blocker, but with that comes some good defense and some great ball control. So one of the things that we use on the indoor game is when our setter plays defense, our middles set the offense, and so her ability to get the ball to another hitter is very, very good. So we see her out here. They both love playing with each other. They love the sand game as well, and they're both extremely competitive individuals. So it's a good mixture. They have grown a lot last year with it being our first season in sand, and we can just see them already growing and getting better as time goes on.
And obviously, height a big advantage, but still being in the sand game still requires a lot more versatility than the indoor game.
Of course, and mobility and IQ. I think that's one of the things that you'll see. The USF team grow a lot in is their experiences of knowing, how the ebb and flow of a game will go, and to try to limit the times where you're going to be vulnerable to points being scored on you. You're going to be able to stop that a lot sooner. You're going to be able to get back to scoring points for yourself as well. And so, but yeah, it's a great game. You showcase all of your abilities here. If you have a weakness out here on the sand, it's going to show up, because if you're having trouble passing, well, then your opponent's just going to keep serving you, and there's not really much else you can do about that. So, there's you can't look to anybody else. It's an opportunity to go back to the drawing board after wins and losses, to go to practice and try to work on your skills.
And of course, if you're a finesse player, sand really works well for you because you can showcase it, just because you're always going to have some kind of opening on the court.
Yeah, the smaller players don't necessarily have a disadvantage. I mean, yes, you can't get up and pound it like the bigger players, but if you can, you have the right partner, you're going to be able to move the ball around and find ways to score as well. And you're just going to have more tools in your toolbox, like we like to say.
That's right. You have vertical mobility, but also horizontal mobility. Very important.
Very important.
As we have a 15-minute warm-up period here in between matches. Now, part of it is with your coaches, and part of it is by yourself. So I guess every team has a sort of predetermined warm-up ritual, a set of drills that they'll go through just to get them ready for the match.
Sure. And again, they're just warming their bodies up, but also testing the environments and seeing, hey, how's the ball going to react in certain situations, on which side of the net. Are they going to have to set the ball a little higher, a little farther, a little bit more off the net, let the ball drift towards the net? How's the serve going to be? Can they, all these things they're paying attention to as they're out there.
Well, and of course in sand volleyball, as you mentioned before, Ken, warming up on both sides and getting that opportunity to really see things from both perspectives makes a huge difference.
Correct. The switch is at 7. After every 7 points, just means that you're going to have to spend just as much time on the other side as well to keep it equal. So we have the need to see how both courts are going to look. It's very similar to tennis when you switch sides. If you're tossing the ball into the sun, or if you're passing the ball into the sun, there's just so many variables here that you want to at least expose yourself in those 15 minutes to, what the game is going to be like.
Sun, I don't see any sun right now.
Yeah, no sun now. Don't have to worry about that.
No, not an issue right now. A little chilly here in Larkspur, but certainly a tremendous event. And again, we thank everyone so much for joining us today here on the W.TV, where you get all the action anytime, anywhere. As a sign behind us reminds us, a great opportunity really just to showcase sand volleyball to not just people at USF, but people throughout the West Coast Conference.
That in the world. I know that several of our players, our international players, have family members who would like to say hello to all of them throughout the world, wherever they are. Sometimes I think Europe is 8 hours ahead right now, so it's probably getting close to 10 p.m., I think, on the other side of the world. And so we want to thank them for staying up and for listening and for watching.
Absolutely, and I believe 10 hours ahead in Israel right now, so closing in on midnight over there. Yeah. Meanwhile, late brunch in Hawaii. So you kind of get it on both sides.
Waking up and watching a little sand volleyball here in Larkspur.
Not bad either. Again, global event, and really volleyball a global sport.
It really is, and we find that just again, it's fantastic to have such a combination of cultures on our team with 8 international players on our roster this past year. It's nice to see a sport like volleyball bring us all together, and from cultures and traditions and differences in languages, it's been just a great experience for all of us.
Right, and a wonderful opportunity again, as this is the first ever San Francisco Invitational. First time the Dons are playing host to sand volleyball.
It's unique being out here in Piper Park. It is an off-campus site for us, but again, it's something that we're fortunate to be able to have access to, and again, it's a lot of work has gone into this. We want to thank all the people who have helped this event be possible. But we do have, again, just a great showing today. Some great high-level talent here, and as the sport grows, it's going to be something to look back on and hopefully continue in the future to put on this event and have, again, just great competition.
Well, one thing I've noticed is the representation in sand volleyball throughout the Bay Area. Some of the local schools and the WCC and the Pac-12 create some strong rivalries and really some strong competition up here in the Bay.
Yeah, it's for quite a few of the universities that who have added sand volleyball. Bay Area climate is perfect for it. We do have moderate temperatures throughout the year, and we're fortunate to be Californians and be able to have sand volleyball available to us.
Let's look at the Y team. Looks like Brittany Teagues, number 1. She'll be joined by Carissa Cook, number 15. So this will be the number 1 pairing for Hawaii. This is the 4th 5 matches. Of course, we have on the other court another match as well. So the twos will battle it out. Hawaii's look good. Won the first 5 this morning against UCLA. They've won the first 3 here in Larkspur against the Dons. So no 8-0 on the day. Of course, USF will have a chance of redemption later in the afternoon as they take on UCLA and have their own set of 5 matches plus 1 exhibition. Those matches slated for about 3 o'clock. Of course, we'll keep you posted on all the latest information. We'll probably have a bit of an interruption in our broadcast in between the sets of matches as UCLA returns here to Larkspur, takes a more prolonged warm-up. Dons get an opportunity to rest as well before we get into our 3rd and final series of matches here in Larkspur, California. Of course, these are very 2 highly touted teams that have come up here in the Bay Area. Hawaii ranked 3rd nationally. UCLA ranked 6th. So great opportunity for USF to really test themselves against some of the elite teams in the nation. So we're ready for play almost here. So we got the 1s coming up. It's Valentina Zalaznik has the ball. She'll serve. She's joined by Sarah Stengel. So here we go. 3rd match here from court 1 between USF and Hawaii. Brittany Teagues floats it over for the first point. Hawaii on the board. Stengel at the net. Good kill. Now back in the USF zone. Zalotsky up and over point. USF even this match at 1. Stengel, German, serves it. Finds the middle. At the net, too hot to handle. Point Hawaii. Looks like Kylie Zelapani. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for Hawaii, number 15. I suspect I'm not, but if I try to get some clarification. This play returns. Hawaii getting the point. USF unable to return it. So a quick 2-1 lead for Hawaii here. Good serve by Teagues. USF unable to return it. Some mix up on the score.
I don't think the game's over at 21-4.
No, at 4-1. All right, some clarification. Brittany Teagues, serve again on the corner. She goes cross court. USF unable to return that one.
A lot of offense with that serve. Good spin into the wind. It's going to move a lot more than you anticipate it's going to move.
And this is the #1 Hawaiian team, so expecting big things. Another big serve from Teagues. Good push shot, Jeep. There's a point for USF.
It's great communication by Stengla and Jeloznik to set that ball behind and be ready for a good shot deep in the corner that Hawaii couldn't handle.
Stengla getting the Dons back on the board. They trail 5-2 as we switch sides for the first time. So Dons now serving against the wind as the wind continues to blow quite strongly. Serve off the netting. And Hawaii getting the point. Nice kill there.
Yeah, great shot over the outstretched arms of Jeloznik.
Serve. It's offline. Is that Carissa Cook, number 15?
Carissa Cook.
All right. It's an easier name to pronounce. Stengel with the serve. Dons trail 3-6 here, early going in the first set. Big German slits the middle. Little touch shot by Teagues. Sneaky shot by Hawaii.
Really good job by Hawaii right there. Again, the serve dropping a little bit short into the wind. Played by Cook, but then poked over by Teagues perfectly into the short part of the court.
Teagues serving down the middle. Stengel up and over. Point Dons.
Good shot there.
Ball literally back in USF's court right now. Valentina will attempt the serve. Flat serve down the line. Teagues at the net. Cross-court kill.
Crushed right there.
Pya. Not a lot you can do in that one if you're USF.
Gotta get your body in the way, maybe.
Short of that. It's Cook a short serve down the right line. At the net. USF getting the point. Nice cross shot there.
Yeah, that's a nice, again, controlling the ball in the wind, getting the pass, and getting a set that you can do multiple things with is key here.
Stengel, short serve against the net, not going over. Point Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was an error and not realizing the wind was blowing that hard into her face. It just, again, short into the wind, sideways. It's going to take a lot more than that to get over the net.
Team switch sides is Hawaii, up 9-5, and that one goes into the net from Teagues.
It's going to be a challenge for players to adjust to this wind with their serves.
Well, sometimes with the wind gusting, it's like it's not that hard, and when you're going up, and all of a sudden it starts howling right as you're about to serve it, and there's not much you can do to adjust.
Yeah, it's going pretty good here right now.
So Loznik, unable to get that one as Teagues floats it over for the point.
Yeah, very smart shot by Teagues. Put in the corner, over the block.
Great finesse. Cook now back on serve. Ready with the jump and a float. Off the net, point USF.
Yeah, it's again, there's that challenge again. Hitting the ball with the top spin. You got to aim a little higher and hit a little harder.
It's 3 of the last 4 serves on that side. Hit the net as we'll redo this serve. A little too quick on the trigger there.
Got to wait for the ref.
Yep. That one counts. Well, push shot by Cook. Good for a Hawaii point.
Yeah, that looked like that was pre-planned right there. Kind of saw what kind of defense USF was setting up and got to the ball a little sooner and put it into the open court.
Hawaii up 11-7. Teagues on the serve. A lot of spin on that one.
Yeah, tough serve to handle right there.
Zlaznic unable to put it back. Hawaii getting the point. Teagues will serve again. Same spot. A little further cross. Stengel at the net. Good kill. Unable to return it is Brittany Teagues.
Good play by USF right there. With this wind, you got to really do a good job of not just reaching for the ball, but getting your feet behind the ball, and USF did a good job both on the pass, nice set, and good swing.
Zlocic with a serve. Sun sneaking out of the clouds, making a cameo.
I see it.
See how long it stays as Zlocic puts that on the net. Just like that, we have our first 21-point timeout as Hawaii leads 13-8 here in the first set.
Quite a few unforced errors here. Hopefully the players are going to be able to make some adjustments. But you're right, Max. With the wind gusting like this, it makes it very, very difficult to calibrate. The environment's always changing, and what should happen, you anticipate is going to happen in the next couple seconds can change so much by wind gust that picks up.
Meanwhile, we have our final match of the series on the other court as the twos are warming up. Can you talk about this number 2 team for USF?
Number 2 team over here is a sophomore, Jurija Vlasic from Croatia, and our senior, Melina Terrell from Richmond, California.
So we will try to give you updates on that match as we get them. Focus right now on court number 1. We have Brittany Teagues and Carissa Cook of Hawaii with the early 13-8 lead over Sarah Stengla and Valentina Zaloznik for USF. Play returns. Cook serving, cross court. 2 bumps and a kill. Point USF. Stengla muscling that one.
Yeah, good swing off the block right there. Again, touch the hands before one out of bounds. Good point for USF.
Yeah, following through, pushing, forcing the issue. Stengel on serve, puts it deep. Teagues at the net. Allen will drop in for a Hawaii point. Good adjustment.
Yeah, great adjustment. Could have banged it if no one was up, but also because the block was up, found the open shot, hit the jumbo to the corner.
Hawaii leads 14-9. Short serve from Teagues. Stengel at the net. Good block by Hawaii. It's Cook. Hard hit ball. USF trying to recover. And put into the net from Valentina Zaloznik. Point Hawaii.
Great overhead dig by Zaloznik. Got caught kind of in the middle of the court. Took one overhead.
Teagues on the serve. USF on the kill. Great shot from Zaloznik.
It's a very nice shot. Good set again, and her body position with the ball is very good there. So even with the block up, she was able to see the open corner and put the ball there.
I mean, it's one thing to see it. It's another to actually execute and put it there. Easier said than done as she gets the ace off the service net.
Absolutely, Max. Execution is what everyone comes out here and practices for. So
USF picking up another point. Zaloznik will serve again off the ace. That one going over. Zaloznik tries to block it at the net. USF unable to return it in play.
Great touch by Zaloznik, and then the wherewithal to play it again out of the net, but a little bit too much for Stengla to handle.
Carissa Cook on the serve. Back in USF's end. Stengla at the net, sends it over. Back to Cook, strong kill.
Nice power right there. Again, just into the open court. Kind of middle. Zaloznik digging the ball, expecting it to be a little bit more cross court. Couldn't handle it.
Hawaii leads 17-10. Service net, up and over. Point Hawaii on the ace. This team switch sides once again. Do it every 7 points. Hawaii leads 18-10 here in the first set.
A little more sun here, Max.
A little more sun. Not for us as we are shaded, but players certainly benefiting from the sunshine. Cook on the serve. Into the wind, off the net, and good for an ace.
Great serve by Cook right there. Again, that top spin, jump serve, just catching part of the net and still going to fall on the sideline right there.
High risk, high reward as that one just clearing the net. Stengel a little cross-court touch, dug out by Hawaii. Cook trying to go cross, puts in the USF end, up and over off the net. Back now in Hawaii's end. Teagues, strong kill down the middle, point Hawaii.
Fantastic set by Cook. I don't know if you noticed that. She was a little bit off balance right there, but uses a great technique of rolling a ball forward, just adding a little bit of topspin to get that ball up and into the wind. Ball stabilized a little bit better when you put a little spin on it, topspin on it.
Hawaii serving for the set. Good serve from Cook. A great dig by Cook on the other end. Teague sends it back over. Good end-to-end action here. Now in Hawaii's end. Out of bounds.
Oh, fantastic rally.
Cook just missing, trying to sneak it down the line. The set will continue.
Great example of some caginess on both sides there to just try to score the point.
Best rally of the match so far. In Hawaii's end. Meeting at the net, Joust. Won by Hawaii. Ball in play. Now back in Hawaii's end. Hawaii sends that one long. Carissa Cook a little too far on that one, a little too strong as she hit that one into the wind. Oh, sorry, against the wind.
Yeah, that's unusual for the ball to go out, but it's the right idea. Hit it back there and let the wind keep it in.
So Hawaii finishes the set, touch shot from Carissa Cook to take the set opener 21-12. So good start by Hawaii in this battle of the ones.
Very, very good team for Hawaii. And this pairing right here, you can tell, has a lot of experience, and they just go out there and play their game. USF's going to need to limit their errors and take advantage of some points on the good side.
And again, if you're just joining us, this is the first ever San Francisco Invitational coming to you live from Piper Park, and we thank you for streaming this on the W.TV, your home for WCC Sports. USF taking on Hawaii in sand volleyball here. And this is the final set of matches between Hawaii and USF. Hawaii won the first 3 matches. This is the battle of the ones here on court 1. Won the first set. Battle of the twos, not quite underway, still warming up. Again, what does USF have to do in the second set here that they didn't do in the first set, I should say?
Well, they're going to need to move their feet a little bit more. I think that they, with this pace that and spin that the Hawaii pairing is serving with, and have to do a good job moving their feet to.
Well, again, one thing you've seen Hawaii do really well is their timing seems to be very well advanced. Just timing, executing their kills.
Yeah, it's experience out there. They know each other well. They have a predictability, again, with unpredictable conditions. Mm-hmm. What your partner is going to do, if you add more unpredictability to that equation, then you have so many more variables. So with your partner, after you played with them a little bit, you kind of know. It's that second sense. Hey, I know what they're going to do before they do it, knowing each other well, having good chemistry. And when you have that predictability, you can kind of counteract some of the unpredictableness of the weather.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you could have 2 incredibly talented individual players, but it still will take time for them to really gel as a unit.
Correct. And that's something that I think the Hawaii team has shown, not only with how they've played this season already. They've won a lot of games already. They've played a lot of different opponents, some very good ones. And they've really, you can tell that they've had more time on the sand together.
USF will begin serving here in the second set as the wind continues to blow strongly here at Piper Park. Good serve there. A lot of spin on that one from Zloznic. Hawaii misses long into the wind. A lot of movement on that serve.
A lot of movement on the serve. Again, into the wind, just those little variations, the way you contact the ball. Got to be really deliberate serving into the wind.
Zloznic serving again. Teague's at the net, up and over Zloznic for the Hawaii point, even it up.
Good vision by Hawaii to see the open court. Again, you can see Hawaii using the topspin serve, jump serve, and Zloznic using a hard floater.
Cook on the serve, sends it across, too hot to handle. Point Hawaii.
Cook bringing out the floater there. A ball with no spin on the serve.
Well placed, almost like a knuckle shot is that one.
Correct. It's like a knuckleball, tends to float and move around unpredictably.
Old expression, no spin on a knuckleball, but you're still not sure how it's going to break.
Correct.
So we see another ace there from Cook. Cook again from the corner. Now going short. Cross. Stangler trying to go to cross. Gets the kill. Point USF.
Little net there and some laughs. Great job by Cook, moving the ball around, keeping USF on their toes, not knowing where the ball is going to go to or who it's going to go to.
Stangler on the serve. Good dig by Tiggs. Floats it over. Kill attempt by USF. Unsuccessful. Hawaii blocks it. Ball now in USF's end. A little touch shot by USF. And up and over for the point, Carissa Cook.
Good play there. Tiggs, I think, maybe a little bit out of the play, trying to dig that ball, the short ball that came over. Cook making a good play.
Tiggs on the serve in USF's end. As long as it's at the net, rejected by Carissa Cook. Point Hawaii. These teams will switch sides for the first time here in the second set. Hawaii leading 5-2. I'll tell you, Hawaii's really used their serves to gain an advantage.
They use it as a weapon. I think that they have done that really, really well. Again.
Tiggs painting the line, head fake, going short, and putting it right on the line for another ace.
Get some points. It's easy points that you don't have to play.
Tiggs trying for the same thing and just missing on the side.
It's very, very close, being the same serve as the one that you got an ace before.
Yeah, she would have had it. Not been 2 inches to the right. As Loznic gets the ball, she'll be serving for USF. On the right side, the righty stays flat. Sends it straight and deep. Tiggs the net. Right at Zaloznic. Ball in USF's court. Zaloznic misses wide. Point Hawaii.
Great idea.
Yep.
Great idea by Valentina to try to go cross court. The court was open. I think just been a little bit off balance. Maybe that set drifted a little bit more than she anticipated. A little harder to control.
Carissa Cook, cross court serve in USF's end. Stangler at the net. Off Tiggs and into the Y end.
Again, nice pass and a nice predictable set there for Stangler to put some power to hit the ball off the block there for the kill.
USF picking up the point. Stangler on the serve. Tiggs at the net, cross court, and out of bounds. Point USF.
Yeah, good idea by Hawaii as well, just a little bit wide.
Yep. So a tighter second set so far. USF crawling their way back in. Trail 7-5 here. Stangler short serve down the middle. And that one's out of bounds. It's Carissa Cook missing on that one.
You can hear Tiggs calling out line. But she decided to go cross court anyways.
Stangler serving. Deep in Hawaii's end. Tiggs at the net. Up and over Zaloznic. Ball in USF's court. Cross court attempt from Stangler. Back on the USF end. Kill attempt by Stangler. Tiggs. Touch shot. USF sends it back. Kill attempt by Zaloznic. It's blocked by Hawaii. Good rally. And Tiggs finishes it off.
Great rally there. Great rally. Great plays by both teams there.
Best rally of the match so far is these teams. Switch ends once again. 8-6 Hawaii here in the second set. More competitive second set for USF. They dropped the first one 21-12.
It looks like USF is starting to communicate a little bit better. They're kind of in a rhythm here. The idea with the block is to block the hard-driven ball in your area of the court, but knowing that your opponent has the option of going high and soft over your block, as a defender, you have to be ready to run those balls down.
Touch shot attempt by Stangler, and good for USF point, as Hawaii unable to return that one.
Nice cut shot by Stangler there.
Valentina Zaloznic with the ball. She'll be serving on this one. Into the wind, which has died down a little bit for now, though I don't want to jinx it. Tiggs at the net, up and over. Stangler, a hard shot.
Again,
Hawaii unable to return it.
Great read by Stengler to see the high roll shot over Zaloznik's block, ran it down, made a nice dig, and was ready to put the ball away.
Well, match now all square at 8. Zaloznik serving. Teagues returning too hot to handle, bouncing off of Valentina Zaloznik for the Hawaii point.
Teagues, great pass there. It seems low, but out here in the sand game, it's a good idea with the ball when it's windy out to keep the ball low.
Carissa Cook serving. Short, near side. Hard kill, going long. Good attempt by Stengler. Too strong.
Too much power there. Could use a little bit more spin, maybe.
Or sometimes not even just power, it's just arm angle. Just not getting the arm as high or as deep as maybe you thought it would be, and maybe missing on the timing.
Yeah, in this case, the wind probably blew the ball back over her head a little bit, and she was not able to get on top of the ball as much.
Cook on the serve. Stengler at the net. Puts in the Y end. Cook tries a push shot and rejected by Zaloznik for the USF point.
Yeah, nice big block there by Zaloznik. Ready for it. Took care of her part of the court.
And a very tall USF team here. Stengler on the serve. Teagues mishandles it, but stays with it. Sends it back to USF's end. Hawaii picking up the point.
Really smart play there. Went middle, in trouble. Forced USF players to not be sure who gets the ball. One of them, maybe they both kind of go for the ball, and even though one of them made a good dig, the player's not ready to make the set.
Teagues serving down the middle. So Hawaii with a good recovery on the last point. Some miscommunication by the USF team, but they put it over. As Hawaii floats it over. Good job by Cook grazing the netting. Getting the ball to drop in.
A really good play there by Hawaii. It was a nice pass, perfect set, and again, froze the USF defenders and gave her enough room to just hit the little roll shot over the net short from the point.
So we have our first mandatory timeout of the second set. Again, this coming every 21 points. Hawaii leading 12-9 here as the players get an opportunity to take a rest, get some coaching. A lot more competitive second set for sure.
You can see at least USF making some adjustments, picking up some of the off-speed shots where they were just getting beat before. So it's good. Again, you can see some of them building on some of the experience that they had from last season to say good, better communication, I think.
The experience definitely showing for Hawaii. Cook and Teagues have looked pretty impressive so far.
They've done a really good job, but when they're in trouble, they make it look easy because they find ways to adjust to whatever situation they find them in and maintain some advantage, at least for their part.
That's right. Even when you see a miscue, you don't see a lot of panic out of this team.
No, it's an opportunity to there's no right or wrong. It's kind of what you do with it. And you can see Hawaii doing a good job with that.
It's Brittany Teagues with the ball. She'll be serving. Don's have to be careful. Teagues is a very crafty server. She tries to work the line. Great shot there.
Great serve right there.
Sneaks it by Zaloznik, who's unable to return it. Point Hawaii. Teagues again. Split in the middle. And Don's getting a break. A little bump return. Just lands over the net for the point.
Great strategy by Teagues. Went high line. Got the ace against Zaloznik, and then let the wind bring in a little bit more cross court for Stengler to have to pass a lot more than the middle of court, but overpass counts as a kill.
Well, and that's a case of the wind really working to USF's advantage. Teagues at the net, tries to send deep, turned by USF. Now Zaloznik out of bounds, point Hawaii.
That's a little wind ball right there. The set got caught up in the wind and fell a little bit shorter than Stengler probably wanted and carried that shot wide.
Cook serving. Zaloznik off the net and over. And a great touch shot by Hawaii. Good point by Carissa Cook.
You can just see as the play develops, they take advantage of certain situations. Hawaii did a great job there, seeing the open court even on the option and putting it down for a kill.
Cook now splitting the middle on the ace.
Great serve right there.
So I have low momentum, and I think USF's going to call timeout here.
Yeah, it's amazing how with volleyball and this rally scoring, the game seems close, and then a few points happen, and it gets opened up a little bit. 16-10 right now.
That's right. Hawaii leading 16-10 in the second set. They took the first set 21-12. Meanwhile, we have action on court 2 as the 2 seeds are underway here. They're in the first set. We don't have a score for you. We'll try to get one when we can. This is the final set of matches between USF and Hawaii. UCLA will take on USF afterwards. Get to that a little later. For the USF coaches, what are you telling your players right now?
I think that's just got to be one of those situations. Pay attention to the wind again. It is gusting again, a little stronger. I think they're going to have to try really hard to control that first ball. Again, Hawaii's coming at them from the service line with it doesn't matter if it's Teagues or Cook serving. It's a great serve to anticipate that, but then to not give the easy points with the reception error. So you're going to have to stay, if they can keep the ball in play, they're going to have a better chance.
Back on serve here.
There we go.
Good kill by Stangler. Point USF. By the way, we got an update on the other end as Hawaii with an early 9-3 lead. So keep an eye on that one. And on this one, Dawn's trying to crawl their way back in. Pick up the second set. USF in the black, Hawaii in the green. Thank you so much for joining us. Teagues at the net. What a shot.
Great shot. Great vision.
Absolutely perfect location and the perfect amount of finesse.
It is. Again, that the objective there is to hit the ball high enough and deep enough that even if players run it down, it's going to be difficult for them to control it. And it was just a perfect location. I think even if a player was a little bit closer, it'd still be very, very difficult to play that ball.
Teagues on serve down the middle in USF's end. Touch shot by USF. Teagues now at the net. Up and over. Zloznic for the Hawaii point. Actually, one thing I've seen out of Hawaii is they're really forcing the issue. Is they'd rather do it themselves. So if it's in or out, they'd rather just force the issue rather than let USF have an opportunity.
Sure.
Sword serve by Hawaii. Smacked over by Stangler. Hawaii's end. Cook hits it off the net. Point USF.
I think Hawaii's feeling very comfortable right now. They're able to control the ball, and regardless of what USF does, you're right, Max. They're finding ways to put the ball into the open court for kills, and that's a good place to be in a match.
Serve missing wide for Zloznic. Point Hawaii. You see a very relaxed Hawaii team. They can sort of sense that the finish line is near. It's Cook on the short serve. A good response from Zloznic.
That's a good play. Good heads up. Nice pass by Stangler to create options. And Zloznic took advantage of going over in two.
Hawaii leading 19-13. USF serving. Stangler down the middle. It's a bump by Teagues. Cook at the net with the kill. Match point Hawaii coming up.
Nice block by Zloznic. Just a little bit too much cross court there. Nice angle swing.
Teagues with a conservative serve. And responded is Valentina Zloznic with the kill. USF staying alive. They trail 14-20 here in the second set. Zloznic will serve after getting the kill. A little movement on that one as you see in the wind. A float shot, and that'll do it. Point Hawaii as Brittany Teagues puts it up and over. Hawaii winners 21-12 and now 21-14 in the second set.
Fantastic play. Both teams did a great job. Teagues, excellent job with the pass. Set that play up for her to make the shot into the open court.
So Hawaii now picking up their fourth victory in a row against USF. Their ninth straight of the day, sitting pretty. So we have a break and play over on court number 2. We have coverage on that one. Talking to our producer here, Pat Stacy, or try to get you an update in 2. I believe they're in the first set. Producing on the fly here. But an impressive effort by Hawaii. improved to 9-0 on the day. I mean, there's a highly touted team coming in. You can see why. Pretty good showing from Sarah Stenglin, Valentina Zloznic, but team of Brittany Teagues and Carissa Cook, just a little too much to handle as they executed very well. Really did a good job of moving the ball around. Sun's starting to come out here. As their only game currently in progress is on the other court. So we have USF against the Wiley, 5th and final match, that a pairing of the twos. So I think with that, we will take a bit of a break. We'll get you the final of that when it becomes official. And we'll rejoin you at about 3 o'clock for some live action between USF and UCLA. So again, for Ken Coe, I'm Max Harris. We'll see you at 3 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching W.TV.